BTC selling off, kind of leading the market as it looks like we are attempting to move lower. We did get higher volume yesterday as we discussed. We want to see what the volume does. We did get a little bit of support by the end of the day here, but volume did rise above the average volume line here. Welcome to Altcoin Best Trading. I'm Randy. Today we're going to talk about ICP AROP, all against USD. I don't I don't know all their names. Internet Computer, Arweave, and whatever OP is. Optimism token. So we're going to take our trade we've been following, the top down percentage coin in the top 50 and the top high percentage coin going up in the top 50. Should be interesting. All right, BTC moving lower. Yeah, we really did not find any support yesterday. The market just started chunking lower. Small consolidation, then moved lower again. Now we're finding a little bit of support at my very long-term trend line here. This goes all the way back down to when we started breaking out under 30,000, and now it hasn't really been tested since over here in 38,000. Now we're being tested at 57,000. So we'll see where this goes here. This could be a shortable event. If you do break this trend line on any kind of volume, that's very detrimental to BTC in my experience, and that would not be good. So breaking the 50-day here, also not very good, but 50-day breaks aren't necessarily detrimental to the overall trend. It's an intermediate term trend line. Breaking the 200-day, not very good from a moving average perspective, but from a trend line perspective, from a trend perspective, this trend line, which has been held up for a very long time, you do not want this guy to break, ideally. So we've already slapped it once. We're bouncing off of it. Hopefully we can do something here. I don't know. It's not looking very good. Volume trend is still within the trend, though. You can see I can draw a trend line across most of these highs here, and we're kind of touching it. I'm giving up this one because no matter which line I draw, it'll be nonsense. But the general trend with about 3, 4, 5 touches here is still within the larger base structure trend, and that's okay. So nothing completely broken, but it's cracking. All right, let's take a look at the other ones here. We got ICP. Now this is where the market overall is what's called bifurcating. You have things not following other things. Like not everything's following BTC to the downside. Not everything is broken through support, broken through structure, and sitting on a much longer term support. Quite a few things are sitting up. But this ICP trade, interestingly enough, it isn't following BTC either. So here you got, let's zoom this back into a normal state. And there you've got the action the past 24 hours. We did try to drop. We bounced up pretty substantially. The biggest volume candle in several days since this bottoming candle over here. And we've been chopping around ever since, kind of back up near that same level. We did try to go lower here. That was some good volume, and then rallying back up. So this could be a shortable event with two potential stop loss points. You could try to take one here over the high, the previous high. Another one would be the breakdown point high, right there about 1338. This lower one is 1310. This one a little more suspect. There's a breakdown point right above it at 1318, and then the breakdown point high at 1338. So I think those levels, if you can get close to those levels, that you could try to short that if you do believe in this thesis for the head and shoulders. Not a very good thesis if you think the market's going to follow this direction, but it's what's on the table today. All right, now AR, the leading downside token today in the top 50. So this thing kind of went up here, formed a basing structure, and then rolled over pretty handily in the past 48 hours actually. If you take it in the past 48 hours from the close there, we're down almost 25%. Pretty substantial drop here. Volume increasing to the downside. If this market does go full-blown bear, this has a good chance of getting down to 8. We're currently at 27. So keep that one in your back pocket. If the market rolls over, maybe see a bounce, can give yourself a semblance of a stop loss. And then OP, this is your leading bullish token for the day, and not looking very good. This one looks like it's still within the makings of a bear flag, and that's really all she wrote. There's not a whole lot going on here. Technically, this would be called a rising wedge. A bear flag technically can be any type of structure as long as you have a preceding downtrend. This could be a horizontal rectangle, a rising rectangle, a rising wedge, a pennant, descending triangle, ascending triangle, descending triangle probably being one of the best ones. This one probably being second best in terms of likely to break to the downside. But decent volume up here for OP recently. It has been more stable than most tokens, and this is again kind of what I'm referring to, the bifurcation of the market. You're seeing everything kind of do their own thing. It's almost like everyone's abandoning ship a little bit, which is not good overall for the market. We'll see. We'll see how the day ends today. If we get some support or further downside action, with BTC down so much, if this breaks further, we definitely could see a bear market come into play instead of just a normal correction. So we're close, but I'm not so sure we're there yet. All right, ladies and gentlemen, have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow on Altcoin Buzz Trading.